Do you struggle to answer the question, what does your business do? What do you do? Because you either have no thoughts or thoughts start to collide. Do you struggle when it comes to creating content because you're not sure what to say because there's so much to say? Is your website not exactly where you want it to be? I get it. And the answer is often in your brand messages. Hi, I'm Jen Prohaska. I'm a message strategist, and I specialize in foundational brand messages. This is Right Marketing TV, where I help solopreneurs like you wade through the marketing noise as you grow your business. Good marketing starts with good messaging. I give you tried and true guidance that all the brands use. I'm not an influencer. I'm just an expert. Make sure that you like and subscribe to learn how to upgrade your messaging to first class. So the answer to this overwhelm is foundational brand messages. And in order to understand why we need to be clear and focused in how we answer those questions and in the content we produce, we need to understand why people buy. And they buy on emotion. 70% of our decisions are based on emotional factors. Time and time again, studies prove this to be true. When people are purchasing, 95% of the decision-making process takes place in the subconscious, meaning somebody buys something without even truly knowing why. They tend to buy on emotion and then back it up with logic later. And if you think that your industry, whether it's technology or financial, is the exception, you'd be wrong. 51% of financial services customers are emotionally engaged. This is more than other industries. So it really doesn't matter what people are buying. Emotion plays a role. And if you don't create emotions in your messaging, you risk becoming a commodity. Now, what exactly is a commodity? It's a basic good that's interchangeable with every other good of the same type. So for me, a copywriter is a copywriter is a copywriter, right? Commodity, bad. We don't want to be a commodity. And let's face it, most of us are doing things that other people are doing. We need to set ourselves apart. And often people get so hung up on trying to differentiate themselves that they get burnt out before they even get started. So how do we create this emotion? Branding and messaging, which comes before marketing. I mean, it's what you're going to traditionally think of as marketing, right? First, you come up with the messaging, and then you go out and promote your business. Because if you don't do this, you get chaos. Without this kind of order, there's inconsistency. You're saying one thing over here and another thing over there. Or when somebody asks you, what do? You don't know where to start, so you just blubber out something and they've lost interest before you've even gotten to a second sentence. Without this order, there is confusion. The answer is a brand message hierarchy. And again, I have not made up any of these messages. They exist out there. You can Google them. You can ask your chatbot about them. The big brands use them. Why? Because it helps them stay grounded and focused. I put it into a hierarchy because I find that it helps people understand not only what they are, but the order in which they come. So at the top, you have your guiding force. This is your overall heart and soul of your brand. Then you have your brand voice. The brand voice is how you sound. It is crucial to creating that emotion that we just talked about. Next, your positioning statement. And as we go down the triangle here, they get more and more specific. Your positioning statement is dropping your pin, planting your flag in the market. Brand promise. What can somebody expect to receive when they engage with your brand, regardless of products or services? Your unique value proposition is once they engage with that product or service, what's in it for them? Why should they buy it? What is unique about that? What problem does it solve, etc. And then your one key message. This I always give people because shoppers can only remember one thing. So if we can come up with a one key message, which could be a slogan, could be a tagline, regardless, it goes everywhere. And it's optimized for search, meaning if somebody were to only remember that message, they could put it into a browser or a chatbot and get you. This ladders up to this, ladders up to this, ladders up to this. Everything your business does is guided by your force. This comes before all of these other things. These are the things that so many business owners, especially solopreneurs, get wrapped up in. And it makes sense because these are the tactics that are being pushed down your throat through Instagram ads, etc. But these cannot be successful if you don't have a solid foundation in place. It's also necessary for your AI chatbot. A lot of us are starting to use Cowork with Claude and Claude Code and creating these massive content generating systems. Okay, great, but AI only knows what to produce when you tell it. And that's what these messages help do. I've heard it called the content brain. There are other phrases that people are using, but it doesn't matter. The technology is simple, quite frankly, compared to this, right? But that technology will not work for you if you don't have your brand messages straight. How do you know if you need brand message help? Well, if you feel chaotic or lost when you speak or write. So if somebody asks you, what do you do? And you're like, blah, 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 a whole bunch of stuff, your brand messages need some tightening up. If you've just positioned yourself as a commodity, what do you do? I'm a graphic designer. What do you do? I'm an accountant. No emotion there. Your website is not bringing in your ideal customers. This is a big one. If your website is not selling on behalf of your business, not bringing in phone calls, not getting email subscribes, or it's bringing in people that you don't want to work with or who think you do something that you don't, your brand messages need help. Maybe you're just lost in tactic overwhelm. Like I said, there's all sorts of influencers out there. And in fairness, there's some really good marketers out there who are helping people with the tactics like social media or email writing. But those, you'll know that somebody is an expert and really knows what they're talking about is if when you get into that course on a tactic, they back you up and say, now in order for this tactic to work, you need to know what value do you offer people? What's the transformation they take? Who are you talking to? If you struggle to create content, it may be an indicator that your brand messages need help. Because again, in the solopreneur's mind, we have so many thoughts. We have so many thoughts about where we've been, where we are, and where we want to go. They collide. It's like trying to build the second story on a house without a foundation. Brand messages are your foundation.